Sagittarius, this is your May 4th through the 10th tarot reading, or whenever you find it, because time is fluid, not linear. So do go back to the playlist and see if there's anything that is popping out at you. I guarantee you there's at least one message in there for you, probably more. All right, let's see. We have, ooh, I like this. Focus with a 14. Wow, beautiful. Blue, truth, your truth, Sagittarius. That's your focus, your truth. Let's see here and what else we have. I really like that. This is a chakra energy oracle. So cool. But yeah, when you focus your mind on something, Sagittarius, you are unstoppable. Love. Love is happiness, isn't it? It's at our core. You know, we are beings of light and love. That is a good energy. I like it. And this is the Celtic tree oracle. I'm wanting to get some earth energies here. We have birch coming right out. I'm not sure how to pronounce that first word, but take a quick look at our guidebook. Okay, so when you draw the birch card, you can expect new beginnings. I like this. However, in order to move ahead, you may have to tie up loose ends and let go of what is no longer needed, kind of the Eight of Cups energy. Therefore, birch also stands for cleansing and purification. Old patterns are released, and you can shed unhelpful influences now, just like this tree sheds its bark. So, birch trees, a grove of birch trees is so beautiful. This is a time for forgiveness of yourself and others. That's why this love is right here, right at the center. There is a promise of new starts, renewal, and new life. This is time to set new intentions. The focus right there, new intentions. Now that you have let go of last year's energy, sit quietly so that you can listen deeply from your heart. There we go, from your heart. Begin to formulate new plans and intentions. This is the time to decide what seeds you will plant and cultivate for the year ahead. Birch also offers healing, peace, and resolution in times of conflict. Oh, nice. All right, so yeah, there it is. That is a beautiful energy, and I think that is what is around Sagittarius at this time, a renewed focus. I have to share with you this new candle that I got on Amazon. It's called Manifest Candles. Really nice box. It's got a space on the back where you can write what you're wanting to manifest. They have all the elements. They have fire, earth, air, water, but they also have pure sage, wealth and success, love and attraction, clarity and healing. Here's the best part. It comes with a natural gemstone bracelet, and it tells you how it enhances your manifestation. I can get this little card out here. It smells amazing, helps you with your manifestation journey. This smells so good. This one is amber, driftwood, orange, and chili pepper. And this is for the fire signs. I absolutely, oh my God, I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. It is so nice. I love this. I'll put a link in the description box below so you can get one for yourself. All right, let's get back to the reading. Yes, intentions, letting go, being in a light and loving energy with yourself. And this is a card of healing. Love is very healing. Oh, we have two cards pop out, so we're going to take them. Yeah, buddy. All right. We are going to do 3 sets of cards. We're going to do, actually, hold on, let's go back. All right. And if you're looking to manifest something new in your life, I have just something for you. All right. Let's get back into this. I really love my bracelet. It is so pretty. It's a matte with the stones, which is fine. I don't mind that. But really, really cool. Treat yourself if you want to. All right, Sagittarius, let's take a look at recent past. And energy is fluid. We're going to do recent past, current, and future. Now, you could be anywhere in those timelines, anywhere. Knight of Swords. There's some focus right there. Six of Cups. Look at that. Right underneath love. And the Seven of Pentacles. All right, let's get the ever, always important, crossing energy. Oh, here we go. And skadoosh. Oh, okay. 10 of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Gemini energy there. That is my rising sign. All right. Talk about renewed focus. So we have the Knight of Swords. Knights are, their base energy is fire, and then this is combined with air. So that's why the Knight of Swords can have sometimes a reckless quality to them, but it really, for me, it's like fast movement. You know, you just kind of jump right into things. There is a tendency here to want to have victory, fairness, really fighting, a fighting stance for what you truly believe in. You know, at your core, you really want things to be fair and just, is what I'm getting with this Knight of Swords. And if you notice, this knight has no sheath. So I feel like she's ready to cut things out immediately if it doesn't feel right. There's no hesitation at all with this Knight of Swords energy. But now it's being crossed by the Ten of Swords, which is a card of an end of suffering. And I think this comes from within you, from within us, from Sagittarius. It's within our power here to release suffering. You know, I think that's why we have the swords here. If you think about the Nine of Swords that comes before this, that's the nightmare card. It's the disaster channel in your brain just being stuck. But this Knight of Swords comes in with this other sword, making 10, and ends that suffering. This, I feel, is you taking charge of your thoughts. That's what I'm feeling with this. This is about what you want to focus on. This is ending your own suffering, is what I'm getting here, because that's the end of suffering for this individual. You know, I don't mean being unalive or anything like that, but it's just taking control, right? That's what I feel with that. It's the end of suffering. No more suffering, Sagittarius. No more suffering for us. I think we've been through a pretty tough time of it for a long time. I think it's been around 13 years-ish. And so we have now this card of nostalgia, the Six of Cups being crossed by the Three of Pentacles. Teamwork, being creative. And I think when you're with the right people, Sagittarius, things go well for you. If you're not with the right people, obviously, you know, it's terrible. But there is this reflective quality here about when times were good, when things worked out, you know, the happy times, when things just kind of fell into place. And so when you're thinking about good vibes and focused on the good, even if it's past, if you're going to reflect on the past, why not think about the good things, the lessons you learned, you know, and how can you make those good, happy memories work for you in the present? What do you have from here in your toolbox can you apply to the now energy, you know, to your creative energy? I think what you're doing, Sagittarius, is you're taking these experiences you've had and you're creating something with them, because that's what we have here. That's what I'm seeing here. And yeah, I think that you will eventually share whatever this is with the world. I'm not seeing it just yet, but there's something you're working on. It's a creative thing inspired by your past. Okay, that's what I'm getting right there for you. What are you working on, Sagittarius? Something creative for sure. It could be artwork, it could be writing, it could be some type of social media, something. And so here we also have in your recent past the Seven of Pentacles analysis, looking at where you're putting your resources, your time, energy, effort, love, money, everything. Everything is a resource, you know, and you're looking at how what you're giving, is it giving back? This is analysis across the board here. But it's being crossed by the Lovers. This is a choice. This is communication. It's a card of Mercury. And so you are very aware of how your choices are going to influence what your harvest is going to be, because this is waiting for a harvest. So you might be changing things within this dynamic here. If something's not working out exactly how you want it to, you're going to look at it and say, maybe I need to make some tweaks here. Right? So I think this is good. I think this is really good. And that's what I'm getting with those two. So let's move on to current energy, if this is where you are in the timeline. Yep, because sometimes when I watch a reading, I'll be like, well, it already happened to me, And some people, other energies haven't caught up to it yet. It just depends. All right, we have Knight of Cups, another knight, okay? Could be a knight in shining armor, I don't know. We have the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. All right, let's see. Crossing energy. Oh, we have a flipper. The Five and the Five of Swords. Okay. It's not my favorite card. Oh, it's chunk. Not my favorite card, but it's okay. We'll take a look at it. Kind of have to, Oh, bam. Here we go. Eight of Swords. That came out in a different position, but it came out as an underlying energy for Leo. And Five of Pentacles. Okay, a lot of change is going on here. So we have this Knight of Cups. This is Pisces energy. For some of you, you might be dealing with Pisces. Someone might be offering you affection and love at this time. It could be you being open to receiving and open to giving emotions or love. This Ace of Cups here could represent your dreams, hopes, desires, your heart's desire. And then we have that crossed by the Five of Swords. And knights are all about action, right? This is fire and water, passion and heart's desire. And this is taking a risk on your passions and your heart's desire. That's what I see. That's what I see. Taking a chance on yourself, Sagittarius. And sometimes they pay out. Sometimes we learn harsh lessons, And this is going to require a bit of balance. We have the Two of Pentacles crossed by the Eight of Swords. This is trying to find the groove, trying to find your rhythm. And this is saying use your intuition, be guided by your intuition as, these worries and things pop up. This could be a stressful time, trying to just get things to fall into place, to get things in a rhythm that feels good and works. I can attest to this, just trying to figure out a rhythm for myself with all the things I do in a day. And so I can sympathize and empathize with this. But the thing here, to find this balance of work versus play, or just balance of your pentacles and what you're focused on, you might need to focus more on one thing instead of several things. As a Sagittarius, myself, I like to dabble in a lot of things. And I just have a lot of energy that I spread around. I have a lot of irons in the fire, and you may too. But if it starts to get too stressful, if things start to get too much, it's time, I think, to unplug, recharge, give yourself some peace and use your intuition, because things aren't always what they seem on the surface. I feel like this is surface anxiety because we have this um, bicycle here on the surface of the water. So I think this is a passing energy as you get into a groove and a flow. Now, we have these two cards here. Five of Wands crossed by the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so Five of Wands. All fives are representative of change, sometimes chaos, because change can be chaotic. Okay, for things to change, it has to move. That is a necessary process, you know, and it can feel chaotic, even if it's going in the right direction. It's jumbling things up, and there could be competition as well. The competition that I've experienced as a Sagittarius is really within myself, always wanting to do better, be better, do more, I can do better kind of thing. That is always in my mind. That's the Eight of Swords for me. Do more. You could have done more. You could have spent more time on that. You could have done better. I'm my biggest competition across the board all the time. I'm one of those personalities where even if I study for a test, like when I was a kid, and I memorized every single answer, I would still be worried if I was going to pass. Isn't that weird? It's so irrational worries sometimes. You know, this is that Eight of Swords energy right here. This is that energy of the competition might be too tough. I may not have what it takes. This is, oh my gosh, for some of you, thinking that you're not good enough, that um, this is a feeling of being left out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is someone who thinks they are not enough, too focused on their weakness or illness or something like that, that they're just not good enough. But like the message here, anytime you see a blindfold, is use your intuition. This is focus on your strengths, and your greatest competition is yourself. You shouldn't be in competition with anyone else, honestly, right? Because even if you think about it, like if you were an Olympian, running a race, you always want to try to beat your best record. It's not about, of course, you want to win the whole thing, but I think it's more focused on you getting better and better and better. And that's what this focus should be about. So I think that's why these two cards are showing up here, that this is going to be, it could be rough, this transition. When you go down this journey, it's going to say that this could be, you, Sagittarius, could be your biggest competition. It's how well do you believe in yourself? And this is all about being temperance to deal with these two energies of not being enough and that sort of thing. So some of you will experience this, some of you will not, okay? That's all this is saying, that once you make this decision to take a chance, to follow your passions, you're going to have to see it through. Because when times get tough, the tough get going. You don't stop. You keep going. So let's see what's in the future energy. And this requires dedication and focus. For sure. Look at that. Three of Swords. That's the healing aspect of this. Two of Swords. More trusting in your intuition here, Sagittarius. And look at that. Nine of Cups. There's that wish fulfillment. It comes. It comes. Let me pull my camera back just a little bit. Okay. I'm experiencing a bit of frustration myself, you guys. So water well out here keeps tripping the electric. I've turned it on so many times. Focus, focus. Nine of Pentacles on the Three of Swords. Let's see what else we get. And I think Aries had that exact same combo, but it was right here. King of Swords, nice. And the King of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. So, Sagittarius, Wounded Warrior, Temperance, Angel. Look at this. The Three of Swords is a card of healing the heart, of healing the mind through love of yourself. And this is saying that you have everything you need to do any inner work you need to do. You are blessed with healing skills of your own. You know, you might be using these types of skills for your work. You know, you might be some kind of, I just heard therapeutic healer, but it doesn't have to be. But this is just saying that you do have unique skills. The message I'm really getting with this is all the hard work you're doing on your inner self, it's going to pay off. Because this shows all the work. This is all of those pentacles beforehand. You know, this is what you're getting to. But, you know, your work, this is about your resources, and you are your greatest resource. You know what I'm saying? So your health and wellness and well-being is tied to your outside wealth and well-being. And that's what I'm seeing here. You putting focus on this, you working towards this love of yourself is what I'm seeing here. And I really like this. I think this is really, really good. This is about you being focused on your best life, of treating yourself to little luxuries. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And this is also about you've learned your lessons here, because we have the swords, with, you know, your resources, how much to keep for yourself, how much you're willing to give. You're not going to give anyone everything, all you've got. You know, you're number one here, Sagittarius. And I think you've learned a lot of lessons here. We see that again here. Look at this. Now, I've said before, anytime you see a blindfold in the tarot, it's about using your intuition. That's a Two of Swords. Two of Swords is thinking, you know, kind of black and white, you know, only two options. Not true. And so you're combining your intuition right now with this King of Swords energy. It's Aquarius energy. It's focus. This is pure focus, but also a deep connection with your intuition. And wow, this is that sense of fairness that I kind of picked up on with the first card, that Knight of Swords, of wanting things to be just and fair. And that's what I'm feeling here. How you're making your decisions is twofold here. Intuition and wisdom. You're combining it. You're trusting your intuition at this time, which I think is so very important, especially if you didn't in the past. And wow. May, and I've said this, all these readings so far, most of them have had some kind of wish fulfillment. So we are in a period here, I feel, in May, where our heart's desires is really coming to the forefront. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here with the Scorpio energy of the King of Cups. You know, this is that energy of really going deep within, healing, you know, with the Three of Swords, having all these divine pearls of wisdom from all the things that has happened for us. And what we have here is the Ten of Cups. We have the Nine and we have the Ace there. This is ultimate happiness within yourself is what I see here. When you treat yourself well, Sagittarius, when you love yourself, when you do little things for yourself, that is so important. You know, like I have started getting my coffee like cleaned up and ready the night before. So in the morning, I just have to, boil my water and there I go. Just little things that you can do for yourself that feels luxurious. It's going to really help boost you, I think, right now. And I think your energy, I think you're really focused on your best life. An emotionally fulfilled life is what I'm seeing here. So I'm really curious what these extra bonus cards are. So let's take a look at them. So we have teach. Okay. Inspire others and let nature be your greatest teacher. I like that. We have the night. Find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. Oh my gosh, unicorn. Success, hope, freedom, healing, and magnificence, or sorry, magic. Oh my God, magnificence and magic are all available to you if you just believe. I like that. Oh my God, look at that. It looks similar. We have crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Chain of events that will affect your life. Things are in motion here, Sagittarius. And we have cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. I like that a lot. I used to have these dreams of these houses that were filled with these giant spiders and giant cobwebs, and it's supposed to be dreams of creativity because of the web aspect. I'm like, okay. All right, let's get your angel number. Oh, all right. I hope they can figure out why the water well keeps flipping off. All right. Oh, look, there it is. Nine of Pentacles, unique skills, 1441. Life goals, mission, sense of self, honesty, and important projects. It's that time of intense self-development. Focus. Oh my gosh. When they have the same words, we have focus and focus here. Focus your mind on your craft. That's that Three of Pentacles. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. Wow. Okay. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career business is a priority right now. And we have that crib. That's good. All right. Let's see what your crystal message is. Oop. All right. Ta-da. Ooh, Serenity. Lepidolite. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced. It contains lithium, which is often used to treat people with bipolar disorder and manic depressive mood swings. A great emotional balancer. Lepidolite calms, or lepidolite, I don't know, calms the nerves and helps release anxiety, worry, and stress. It is a stone for serenity, meditation, and spiritual purification. Tucked under the pillow, it can help with insomnia. I really should try that. Affirmation: I choose to feel calm, balanced, and serene no matter what is going on around me. And I feel like that's this right here, being calm, balanced, and serene no matter what is going on outside of you. Right there, Sagittarius. I hope this reading helped you, resonated with you in some way, provided some type of insight. And that's going to be it for now. So please do like, share, subscribe. And that's going to be it for now. So we'll see you next time.